This is a type of antique baseball bat that you should be on the lookout for. Welcome in, everyone. I'm going to take you through 10 sales, 5 eBay, 5 Etsy. We're going to start off with Etsy first. So first we have this little stuffed Georgia Tech mascot dog. These sell pretty well, but you can generally find these pretty inexpensive. People might not realize they're college related, even though this one has Georgia Tech embroidered on it. Some of them just have like a letter, and you can get them pretty cheap. They're not always the school's mascot. Obviously, Georgia Tech was a Yellow Jacket. This is not a Yellow Jacket, but these still sell well. This guy sold for $59.99 free shipping. Then we have a pennant right here. This is, I think I've mentioned these on my channel before, but this is a reverse style pennant. This was for Woodstock, New York. It's made reversed. I think sometimes they're made reversed just to be unusual, or sometimes they were made for hanging on the back of an automobile off of the antenna, I guess. So they would sort of show driving down the road that way, with the letters spelling out to onlookers. Whatever they're made for, they command a little bit of a premium because they're more unique. This one sold for $79.99 free shipping. Then we have this Chicago Bears Cliff Engle brand wool sweater. Cliff Engle sweaters always do well, especially NFL Cliff Engle sweaters. Bears are a team that, despite not having a ton of success lately, they're a team that generally sells pretty well. They have a pretty diehard collecting fan base. This sweater sold for $99.99 free shipping. Then this little guy right here, I saw a lot of these, not sports related at all, or generally they're not sports related. This one isn't. This is a print block that would have been used by a printmaker in advertising or different printing he was doing. This is a horse image. People buy these for different reasons. They might still use them for printing. People use them as stamps. People just use them as decor. This one sold for $18.99 free shipping. I did pick up some of these in one of my videos lately. I always look for these. Easy shippers. I usually clean them up before I sell them. But beyond that, they're easy to photograph, easy to ship, and they do sell pretty well. Then the last item is this Philadelphia Eagles Kelly Green dead stock, new with tags, winter hat. Eagles always sells well. I mean, they're limping into the playoffs this year, but still, and maybe by the time I'm putting this video out, we'll see how they're doing, if they're even in the playoffs still. But Eagles stuff always sells well, especially dead stock stuff, Kelly Green stuff. This hat still had tags, never worn, sold for $49.99 free shipping. Now on to eBay. First, we have a little Fisk golf ball advertising box. So there's no ball in it. You can see it's advertising for Fisk tires. Very nice condition. It sold for $29.99 plus shipping. Then I sold this pair of vintage satin basketball shorts from Allentown, Pennsylvania. I love selling vintage sports uniforms. These don't command as much because they were just pants or just shorts, but they did sell for $34 plus shipping. The next two items are illustrating the fact that you can sell sports memorabilia all times a year. There's no need to hold things back for certain times a year, for certain sports to be played. First, we have a 2016 Pittsburgh Pirates throwback style Neftali Feliz game-worn uniform, shown right here. Throwback uniforms are a little rare. They're not worn for very long, maybe only a few games. This one sold for $150 plus shipping. Then shown right here, we have a 2013 Philadelphia Phillies game-worn Delman Young baseball jersey. This jersey sold for $159.99 plus shipping. So nice sale there. Delman Young, if you YouTube him, he's probably more notorious for his minor league career because he argued with an umpire, and after he was thrown out of the game and ejected, walking to the dugout, he threw his bat at the umpire, hit the umpire in the chest. I mean, he winged it at the umpire. I think it was underhand, but hit the umpire. I think he was suspended for 50 games. I did go on to have a major league career. Not a great career, but he did play for several teams. But again, this guy sold for $159.99. And then lastly, we have an antique baseball bat. So this is a dash era Louisville Slugger bat. So the marking on the logo, which I will show right here, typically dates a bat prior to 1916. This one, though, is a little bit later. It might have been an old stock bat that this player was using. But the thing to look out for antique baseball bats. So this bat is what's called a side-written bat. And first, what that means, I don't know if you'll be able to see that. Yeah, you can make it out a little bit in the camera, but right here, there's information written in probably grease pencil or something at that time period. Usually that information would include the player's name, the date, and the team name, or maybe the city the player played in. And what that was for, when a player would break a bat, and this one has a light crack down here. When a player would break a bat, they would take this bat, mark it with their information, put an address label on it. And this one actually has the remnants of an address label that was nailed or tacked onto the bat. Often they're just glued on. Usually that label's gone. Sometimes you'll see the vestiges of a label still on the bat, like this one has that. But the player would take the bat, mail it back to Louisville Slugger for Louisville Slugger to keep it in their archives. That player would say, hey, I like using this bat. I like the specifications, the weight, the length. Make me more of these, or keep this on hand when I need more. And they would keep that in their vault. There was a vault find of Louisville Slugger old bats. This might have come out of that find. I'm not sure. Typically, when you see a side-written bat, it is a professional used bat, either by a major league player potentially, or a minor league player, or a semi-pro player. So has the capability of being an amazing bat when you find a side-written bat. This one, it was a Tennessee player, probably minor leaguer, not a huge name. Actually, it's difficult to make out the name. This bat sold for $100 plus shipping. I think shipping was like $24, $25 because it's going to go out priority mail. But again, side-written bats, well, this one's not exceedingly valuable. Some of them are. If you find a, Babe Ruth side-written bat, there goes your mortgage. You won't have a mortgage anymore. And you'll probably a good amount of money left over. So again, something to be on the lookout for. If you find an old bat, look it over. If you see that writing on it, worth picking up, if cheap, for sure, and then worth researching it. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe.